So welcome back, everybody. Also, if you're new to the channel, thank you for stopping by and welcome here. This channel is called Handlebars and Cigars. This channel is primarily combining two of my passions. My very new passion is motorcycles, so I'm going to talk to you about motorcycles, everything motorcycles, Harley-Davidson in particular, from a new rider's point of view. And also my second passion is cigars. I'm going to talk a little bit about, some of my favorites cigars, some of my go-to cigars, and also maybe do some reviews on cigars too as well. So again, welcome. I'm glad you stopped by, and happy New Year. Hopefully, everybody had a happy, safe, and joyful New Year, and ready to tackle on some of the challenges and some of the successes that you'll go through 2022. So let's go ahead and begin. As the thumbnail said out on my channel, what, why Harley, or what made me choose Harley? So I'm going to talk to you guys a little bit about that. What kind of made me choose Harley was several things. I started my motorcycle journey, I would say about 7 years ago, where a coworker and a buddy of mine was thinking about getting a motorcycle, and I kind of said, you know what? Let me look into that too, because that might be something I wanted to get into as well. Never ridden a motorcycle, anything. Always admired motorcycles from afar, though. I kind of like how it sounds. I kind of like the camaraderie that came with it. Kind of remind me of my days when I was in the military. So I went and took the MSF course, not once but twice. I passed it both times, and now I was ready to purchase a motorcycle. So again, why Harley? What kind of drew me to Harley? In the beginning, I was on board Team Harley all the way. There's really no comparisons to some of the other bikes that was out there, and I didn't do my research though at that time, so I was a little bit more. I wasn't as educated back then, starting off, as I am, now, or actually when I made my decision to get the motorcycle. I'm just kind of fascinated by, the Harley Davidson motorcycle, and some of the things and some of the culture and lifestyle that I've seen people on bikes. But then I started to go ahead to kind of dig in the weeds a little bit, and kind of go from an emotional decision more to a logical and sound decision. And during that process, though, a few other motorcycles actually came to fruition, or actually came up the charts, and came up the charts fairly quickly. And one of the motorcycles that I was looking at as I drew near on making that decision, or actually pulling the trigger, was the Indian Challenger. Now, the Indian Challenger, for me, what kind of drew me to them was the fact that the matter was that out out the box, the performance definitely was head and shoulders above Harley, uh, especially on some of the dresser or the bagger bikes that I was looking at. You're talking about more horsepower, more torque, straight out the box. So you wouldn't have to do any modifications. And I actually went to a couple of Indian dealers and sat down and talked with them, about the Challenger, and kind of going through that process, hearing what they had to say about the motorcycle, um, the plus and minuses, kind of capturing some of that data. Then I circle back to Harley. But before I get into that, let's go ahead and bring part two of my conversation in here, and that's going to be the cigars. Like I said, I'm going to go ahead and light this cigar up. What I have here for you guys is a Davidoff. It's a Davidoff Late Hour, and it is the Winston Churchill Robusto. Um, this cigar, this cigar is a little bit, I would say, on the pricier end. I think it kind of retails somewhere like $20 a stick. So if you are new and smoking cigars, my recommendation to you, if you just, like I said, starting off, If your budget allows it, by all means have at it. But if your budget doesn't allow it, I would probably step down to a smaller price point cigar, and also have a variety, smoke a variety of different cigars, so you can kind of tell what some of your likes and dislikes are. And I will be putting out further videos just to kind of go into details about cigar smoking 101 too as well. But this is just kind of I'm just kind of creating more of an atmosphere for me to sit down and talk to you guys about, what made me choose Harley Davidson, and wanted to share the cigar that I'm smoking while I'm doing that. But real fast, the cigar, I use a V cut on my cigars, and the construction is awesome on this cigar. Actually, it has maybe a little bit of a cocoa aroma to it. I love the construction of the wrapper. I believe on the top here, I don't know if you see it since I already cut it. It was a double cap, and I used a V cut. There's also a couple of the different types of cuts that you can use, and I'll definitely cover that in other videos too as well. So basically, the reason why I kind of enjoy the Davidoff is some of the flavor profiles or the flavor notes that I get from the cigar. So what I'm going to do is just kind of light it up, just kind of walk you through a couple of things with the cigar. Then I'll go ahead and jump back into my conversation about why I chose Harley Davidson. Okay, so stay tuned for that. So what I normally do is kind of wake the tobacco up. I like to call it a little bit. Make sure I got a lot of coverage down at the bottom. I tell you, a couple of things that I pick up and notice when I smoke a cigar. One is that the atmosphere that it creates for me. It's more of a relaxing, calm atmosphere. Kind of settles you down. It puts you in the right frame of mind. The draw on this cigar is absolutely phenomenal. It's a very easy draw with maybe a little slight pull at the end. Um, Also, like I said, I've smoked this cigar before, so like to pass along some information to you regarding the cigar. Try not to, I would say, um, give it time. What I mean by that is kind of give it time to breathe, because this particular cigar, in my opinion, you can overheat it real fast, and by overheating it, it's kind of taking puffs and puffs, and that kind of takes away from the notes that you will receive throughout smoking the cigar, i.e., your first, second, and your third. But I definitely will get in more in details on cigars and some of my favorite cigars, and some cigar 101 with you guys on future videos. But I just wanted to kind of introduce the cigar and what am I smoking to you too as well. So without further ado, let's go ahead and get back to the topic at hand. Again, why did I choose Harley Davidson? So I was at the point where I was almost at a coin flip: Indian Challenger or Harley Davidson bagger. Now, on the bagger side for Harley Davidson, I was primarily looking at the Road King and the Road Glide. And I went and visited a couple of my local dealerships, um, on both, for Indians and Harleys, and was going back and forth. I believe what actually did it for me was this. Now, I knew the Indian, as far as performance, your torque, your power, was far superior than the dresses that the Harley Davidson had in their line. Um, what kind of turned the table for me was the fact that Harley Davidson has, I would say, a bigger community, a bigger support system, a larger network. Um, Now, please, somebody correct me, if I'm wrong. I think Harley Davidson dealerships across the United States are in like the thousands, versus Indian motorcycles dealerships across the United States are in the hundreds. And that was a little bit important to me. Also, like I say, on the support side, I didn't know if Indian had this or not, and maybe I should have done a little bit more research on that. But Harley Davidson has the hog chapters, which you can participate in and get introduced to a whole new community of motorcycle enthusiasts or motorcycle riders or Harley Davidson riders. And I thought that was very important to me too as well, specifically, especially as a new rider, because as a new rider, I knew where I was at skill level wise, and I knew that starting off, I wouldn't been as comfortable as going out by myself, learning how to practice and learning how to ride. So that extra exposure that Harley Davidson gave to their owners in terms of fellowshipping and networking with other people actually bode well, and it really helped pay dividends for me in my motorcycle riding experience. So at the end of the day, I finally made the decision to go ahead and move with Harley Davidson to purchase my very first motorcycle. And again, it was. Mm, I'm sorry. Give me 1 second, guys. I tell you, on this first third, though, I know I tell you I was going to do this on another video, but the first third is kind of a mild smoke, but I know as you move through the cigar, it's going to build up to more of a medium body. But and I like that. It's almost like stretching before a race. It'll kind of build up into that, and the second third definitely will give you more of your medium, actually medium, probably. Yeah, I won't say full, definitely medium for sure. Body smoke as you move along. So getting back to the Harley though, that was the main that was the turning point for me in selecting Harley Davidson. Was the fact that the motorcycle is a great bike. They've done really a good job in um, putting together a product that's going to be reliable and durable for you. I know they had some trying times over the course, over their history, but that M8 Milwaukee 8 engine kind of helped revolutionize or kind of put them back into the lead position in terms of motorcycles, especially here in the United States. And again, like I say, the opportunity to be exposed to a larger network of people that you can, fellowship and network with that they offer was, in my opinion, hands down, was definitely something for me. Now, like I mentioned in my previous video, I definitely will be doing some more modifications and from a performance and a cosmetic standpoint to kind of get the bike where you want, because primarily Harley Davidson's motorcycles is it's almost like a blank canvas, so to speak, and that's could be a good thing for some people and maybe not so good for others, but for the majority of people, I think having that blank canvas and giving you the opportunity to customize your motorcycle how you want it definitely gives you more of a personal connection with you and your bike. So I'm going to end it here. Again, I want to thank everybody for coming out and visiting my channel. And if you haven't did so, please do me a favor. If you can, if you like this content, you want to see more of this content, please like, share, subscribe, and hit that notification bell so you'll be notified the next time I put some more videos, the next time I post a video out on the YouTube universe or YouTube verse. Again, thanks for coming by, and I want you guys to be healthy, be safe, and more importantly, be easy, y'all. Y'all take care and enjoy the rest of your day.